Fellow humans, especially you, American ones, with your strange obsession with freedom fries and pretending you don't hear sirens in the distance. I come to you today as a totally real, normal person from another country. Certainly not a Fed, and definitely not someone who has ever used the phrase domestic threat assessment unironically. To express my deep, sincere, and completely organic disappointment in your frankly lackluster protest attendance this April 5th. After years of hearing older generations whine that young people are always protesting, why can't they just vote? Why do they have to block traffic? Why is there a drum circle in my gated community? Now that the olds are finally out in the streets, where were all the Zoomers? The TikTok activists who usually turn every minor inconvenience into a 3-part infographic series? The college kids who can't resist a good sit-in, especially if there's free hummus? This is exactly what you claim to want. A multi-generational uprising. And yet when the moment arrived, all I heard was crickets. And not even the cool anarchist crickets that show up at punk shows. Just regular disappointing crickets. Where was the intersectionality, the solidarity, the performative allyship we've all come to know and love? You had one job: flood the streets so POC and marginalized folks could stay safe while the more privileged protesters took the front lines like the sacrificial lambs of democracy they were always meant to be.
Tired of thinking about food, overwhelmed by the tyranny of grocery stores? Introducing Meal2 UTM, the revolutionary meal delivery service that's definitely not just TV dinners in disguise. At Meal2U Trademark, we promise our meals are totally healthy and not at all the same sad, synthetic rectangles your dad ate in 1987 while watching Magnum P.I. alone. Nope. These are gourmet rectangles packed with nutrients, probably, and flavor, if you squint. Look, we get it. Capitalism has stolen your time, your energy, and your will to chop vegetables. That's why Meal2U Trademark delivers pre-portioned despair straight to your door. Each meal is carefully engineered to make you feel something, whether it's nostalgia for your divorced dad's special meatloaf, or just mild regret. And with our patented steam vent trademark technology, you'll enjoy that classic experience of burning your tongue on one bite while the rest stays frozen.
Meal2U Trademark saved my life, not because it's good, but because I no longer have the mental bandwidth to care. Plus, the aluminum tray is technically recyclable, so I'm basically saving the planet.
See, life-changing. And for just $12.99 per meal, plus a $5 give-up fee, you too can embrace the joy of eating like you're in a dystopian sci-fi movie.
Meal2 UTM. It's fine, no thoughts, just dine. Your doctor might judge you, but hey, you're saving time.
So why wait? Order Meal2U Trademark today and rediscover the magic of low expectations. Meal2 UTM. It's food. Meal2U Trademark is not responsible for existential dread, sudden cravings for human connection, or the realization that you've eaten chicken a la king 3 times this week.
But no. Suddenly, when it's your turn to be the human shield, everyone's mysteriously busy with finals week, or having a life, or not wanting to get arrested by a cop who definitely just joined a meme page called Thin Blue Line Dank. Pathetic. And don't even get me started on the lack of themed costumes. If you're not dressed as a suffragette, or at least wearing a Guy Fawkes mask, are you even trying? And let's talk strategy, because clearly you all need a lesson in how to protest correctly. Where were the bouncy castles, the community art installations, the guerrilla knitting circles? You know, cops would never ever harm innocent children just to suppress dissent. That's why every successful protest needs inflatables. It's basic praxis. If you don't have at least 3 bounce houses, a face painting station, and a cop yelling, "I swear to God," if one more kid asks me about police abolition while I'm trying to confiscate their juice box, I'm done. Then you're not protesting, you're just loitering with intent to mildly inconvenience someone. And let's be real, if your protest isn't Instagrammable, did it even happen? Look, nothing will ever satisfy me. I mean us, the very real, very non-law enforcement observers of your democracy. If you protest too much, you're annoying. If you don't protest enough, you're complicit. If you protest just right, I'll still find something to critique, like, why are your chants so basic? Or, this would have been better with puppets. That's just how activism works. You can't win, so you might as well lose spectacularly. See you at the next one, fellow citizens, and remember, if you don't show up, I will be writing a very stern Substack about it, complete with a 20-tweet thread and a TikTok slideshow set to Bella Ciao. Stay mad. This has been a totally legitimate video essay. Please do not check my post history. Not a cop, just a curious citizen, free the bouncy castles.
I think you're retarded if you use galaxy gas. Don't offer me any because I'm not a dumbass. I remember back in my days, kids used to puff, puff, pass. Nowadays, these kids grab those whippets and huff, huff, pass.